Okay, you guys, I'm coming to you right fucking now with this. Holy shit. Ah, I gotta smoke. I just woke up from the dream of what happens when we are shifting into the new world, and the shit goes fucking nuts and crazy. So let me tell you, this was phenomenal. I woke up at 4:20. It is Sunday. So all of a sudden, I woke up in a room. Okay, it wasn't my room. I was looking around for my stuff. I couldn't find my phone. There were things piled around. Everything felt very different and weird. I felt completely out of. Mm, a bit out of my senses. I didn't feel right like myself, like I was fuzzy. I couldn't figure out what was going on with me. And as I started to move around, suddenly beings, people, some I thought I knew, some were strange, other, even otherworldly creatures. Everything was weird. It was moving really, really, really fucking fast. It was like I was trying to find my way where I needed to go. And so people were coming to me and they appeared out of their fucking minds. Not really right. I mean, just kind of, I knew it wasn't right. It was, you could just feel things were off, and I kept going, and then frightening things were happening to me, and I kept going to like thinking of God and Jesus and love, and I knowing there was something within me that knew to see beyond what was happening before me. It feels like a surreal illusion, real thing. And it's unreal, and people are going places, and sometimes there's like piles of shit. There's other creatures that will appear to you. Beings will try to get you to come to them, and so say no. I remember like running into three of my friends from high school, and they were like, kind of weird, seriously, and they had glasses of water, and I was super thirsty. This is so exciting. Okay, so I was super thirsty, but it was quite, it was kind of a little scary. But I knew to keep going. Oh my god, what a fucking real ass dream. That okay, so I run into, I think it was like my friend Lisa and two other, no, it was three women. Anyway, three women that I must have met, and they had one had water, and they're like, good water, like, and I said, I'm so thirsty. I'm really so thirsty now. I just made a cup of coffee. I knew to get out of bed to share this. I did not want to fucking forget this. Mm. And I remember really wanting to have a cigarette in this dream too, but okay, I couldn't find those either. Um, so I asked for water, and the first one's like holding her cup of water with the ice and lemon in it, the way I like it. I don't like ice, but anyway, the other one had one. Nope, they wouldn't offer me their water, and I just kept going. It was oh my god, there were like pools. Everything changed. Everything changed. It had a familiarity about it, but it changed, and all those people that were moving were, there were so many people. I mean, I really felt like I was alone for a minute. Like, where the fuck am I, and how do I find the real alive people? Okay. Um, that weren't like this, just strangeness. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for showing me this. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. All of my guides for letting me know we're going to get through there. We're going to find each other. So suddenly, back to the water. Suddenly, I had a glass. I had a thing of water, which felt amazing. And then suddenly I seemed to like keep meeting some beings, like maybe it was a child or someone that was like, what the fuck? And I'm all, how did you get lucid? And then suddenly they disappear. But I kept going. And then all of a sudden, I think somebody helped guide me to, and then were people like me that were going towards what appeared to be a train, or maybe there were tables. On the way there, there were like big piles of shit. Oh yeah, I ended up at a pool at one point, and there were like animals in the pool, and they were changing, and like the horses looked different, and they were a little frightened too. And then I remember like a dog was talking, how do we blah, 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 or something like that. Okay, so everybody was trying to figure this out. All right, you guys. So somehow I ended up what looked to be like kind of in the forest. It kind of reminded me up by Tilden Park area, but you know, trees and maybe an open kind of train, not a closed one, you know, where you could see people. But then suddenly there's a bunch of people and they have like food, and then this being looks at me. And he's so beautiful. There's so many people here, you guys. It's kind of intense and a little, you know, chaotic, very exciting, and you just have to keep going. And do not fall into the fears. You know, do not let yourself get sucked into whatever this crazy zombie, like, I mean, not like they didn't look like corpses, but people were like fucking whacked. Okay, not normal. Okay, absolutely under some kind of influence of something. Okay, the program. So anyway, this beautiful being, as he's looking at me, and he says, "Is that Nicole?" His whole, I could literally see like his teeth, his skin, everything like lighten up and kind of change. I mean, literally oh my God, it was beautiful. And the way he looked at me like I was some beauty and he was some beauty. It was so beautiful. And I was so hungry, and he handed me there was so much, like, he handed me a big fat slice of pizza, and then I'm obviously lucid in this dream. And then it's like, okay, then I realize I'm around people, and I'm like, well, how do you get like clear? And it was, then I was reassured, don't worry, there were kids, there were people, you'll find your people. I did not see anybody that I recognized, but I know we're going to find each other. Okay. And yet I recognized the being that was looking at me. Like, I was grateful that it's like, oh yes. Right. So somehow when the split happens, when the shift happens, okay, so I know I'm being shown this because this is what we're in the midst of, everybody. That's why it's feeling kind of crazy. That's why they're trying to get these control devices and these things in us and make sure that they, it's really fascinating. Who's they? Who the fuck is they? I don't know. It's whatever. A certain part of us are choosing one thing. So they're going to have one experience, and another part of us are choosing another thing. So we're going to have another experience. But I tell you what, just keep going. Trust that your impulse to just keep going through this. Don't let anything come to you. Rebuke it. I think of Jesus and love and trust. Show me the way. Show me the way. Suddenly, if you're thirsty, you're going to have the water. Suddenly, somebody's going to appear, or some being's going to appear, and you're kind of know, okay, well, let me go that way. It was literally like the shifting of scene from scene to scene to scene, okay? And yes, I did see like what appeared to be crocodile people, like reptilians. Okay, they were dressed like us, and they looked at first like a human, and then I was able to see who they really were, as I saw that they were not really human, but they actually were kind of like, oh, I should draw a picture because it was, yeah. So I just had to share. Okay, yes, I'm super excited because that was fucking intense. Okay? It was real, not real. And so I remember at first, again, I was super fuzzy, couldn't find any of my stuff. All of us, I noticed that my daughter's phones, or everybody's phones, it seemed like everybody dumped everything and suddenly went somewhere else. And people were all in mass, like hypnosis, trying to go somewhere, and then they were like, oh, you oh. And then not sharing whatever it was they were having. Okay, so, wow. I had to get up. Holy crap. Okay. So that, it was a little unpleasant, I have to say. Because it's kind of freaky. I'm kind of glad that I've had some experiences with some journeys and astral visions and plant medicine. Okay, I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for my guides. I'm really grateful for Spirit for showing me that we're going to find each other. There's going to be enough, and we are going. We are absolutely rising into a whole new place. We are finding, creating, going. I don't know where we were going, but we were all going somewhere when I finally found this group of beings that I knew were, when I finally found where I needed to be. So, do not be afraid when this happens. You must keep yourself clear and keep choosing. I see the light. I see the light. I see beyond this. Thank you, God. Show me the way, Spirit. Show me the way. Trust, okay? Don't be worried about your family, your children, your friends. You cannot do that in this moment. You must keep going. You must find your way, and they will find you, okay? And if you can, like, I was trying to get like this kid to come with me, or they were trying to get me. I mean, we all were trying to get each other to come with each other when you were noticing someone. So, but we're gonna find our way, okay? We're gonna find our way. And when you meet each other, you're gonna really be able to see each other's true beauty. It's gonna be amazing. So, it's super early. I didn't even light this thing that God, really hope it doesn't happen like this, because there were an awful lot of people that were, but they must shift at some point too. They must like snap out of it and go, what the fuck is going on here? This is kind of weird, right? Because it'll be like nothing we felt. It's the world, but it's not the world as you know it. Everything feels different. Everything looks different. And literally, it's like this, I was like shifting from one place or scene to another. It's almost as if you, there's a bit of a maze or something, or a puzzle to get to where you're going. Yummy coffee. Excuse me. So, and it literally happened, like from one moment to the next. There wasn't any event. It was as if I was waking up from a dream, from sleep, and going, where the fuck am I? What is going on? I mean, I knew, I'm like, whoa. It was like that. You know, obviously we're not all going to be asleep in our beds when suddenly we wake up and everything has changed. But there will be a moment. It seems as though Spirit is showing me there will be a moment, at least for me, in my perspective, because, you know, this is just my experience, sharing what's been coming to me, because these are huge times that we are in. Everything is changing. People are running around thinking they need to get new stuff and buy new things and do new things and plan ahead and do all this kind of stuff. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I wasn't an old lady in this dream, okay? It felt like I was at my age now, all right? Or younger, I don't know, or right around now, okay? And I want to think, did I see any of my children or friends? And there were a lot of people moving around. Very interesting. Wow. Well, I know that was a lot of excitement. I've always always been very passionate and dramatic. I felt every bit of that. Oh boy, there were some things I faced that was like, no. And as soon as I'm like, no, I don't buy this. No, I don't, then suddenly they disappear. Okay. So maybe this is also a wonderful lesson in fear, as something unusual, strange, scary, uncomfortable, different appears to you, that's not meant for you or your highest and best good, and you just intuitively know it. And something's off and you just intuitively know it. Listen. Pass on through, break on through to the other side. Okay, wow, it was fucking weird, man. Very real, very unreal. And I did feel like a fog. So I wonder if it's going to be after a moment, and then, when we wake, some will have one experience, others will have another. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just trusting, okay? I'm trusting. I'm surrendering, to this beautiful process. And I'm so grateful to the beautiful soul that looked at me with such love and said, "Is that Nicole?" Like, how'd you know? Out of all these people, but we will know each other. And so even though I was still foggy, in what felt like a dream state, in that moment, I knew I was going to get clear. And there was plenty. And we were all coming together and sharing. And finding our way home. New earth. A risen humanity. There are always two choices. Two trains. Let's take the love train, you guys. I love you. This is Akasha Nicole with Medicine Mother Ministries. May you find your way home.